Robotics is about making machines that can do tasks. These machines can range from simple devices that perform basic functions to complex systems that can carry out intricate operations. The field of robotics is vast and ever-evolving, with new advancements being made every day. It sounds hard, but some robots are simple to make. Even beginners can create functional robots with just a few basic components and a bit of guidance. The key is to start small and gradually build up your skills and knowledge. In this guide, we will learn to build a basic robot. We will break down the process into easy-to-follow steps, ensuring that you understand each part of the build. By the end, you will have a solid foundation in robotics. This robot will move around and avoid hitting things. It will be equipped with sensors that help it detect and navigate around obstacles, making it an excellent project for learning about sensor integration and basic programming. You do not need to be an expert to build this robot. With a little patience and attention to detail, anyone can follow along and create a working robot. This project is designed to be accessible to all skill levels. We will use easy parts and tools. All the components required for this build are readily available and affordable, making it a perfect project for hobbyists and students alike. This guide will give you the steps to build your first robot. Each step is carefully explained with detailed instructions and visuals to help you along the way. You will learn not just how to assemble the robot, but also the principles behind each component. Building a robot is fun and a good way to learn. It combines creativity with technical skills, making it an engaging and educational activity. Whether you are a student, a hobbyist, or just curious about robotics, this project will provide valuable hands-on experience. You will learn about electronics and how to program. This project will introduce you to the basics of electronic circuits and programming, giving you a strong foundation to build upon for more advanced projects in the future. When you finish this guide, you will have a robot you made yourself. There's a great sense of accomplishment in seeing your creation come to life and knowing that you built it from scratch. Let us start making our first robot. Gather your materials, clear your workspace, and get ready to dive into the exciting world of robotics. Let's begin this journey together. Building a robot does not need lots of expensive parts. In fact, you can create a functional and impressive robot using affordable and easily accessible components. This makes the process not only budget-friendly but also a great learning experience. We can use simple and cheap parts to make a good robot. These parts can often be found in everyday items or purchased at a low cost from hobby stores or online marketplaces. Let's gather our tools and parts. Having everything organized and within reach will make the building process smoother and more enjoyable. You will need a chassis to be the base of your robot. The chassis is the foundation that holds all the other components together. A plastic box or a piece of wood will work fine. These materials are easy to work with and provide a sturdy base for your robot. Next, you'll need motors to make the robot move. Motors are essential for providing the movement and functionality of your robot. Small DC motors are good for this project. Wheels are important too. They allow your robot to navigate and perform tasks. You can use toy car wheels or similar. These wheels are easy to attach to the motors and provide smooth movement. To power the robot, you'll need batteries. Batteries provide the necessary energy to run the motors and other electronic components. A battery pack for holding AA batteries is a good choice. It's easy to find and replace, ensuring your robot has a reliable power source. To connect everything, you'll need wires. Wires are the veins of your robot, transmitting power and signals between components. You will use these wires to connect the parts of the robot. Proper wiring ensures that all components work together seamlessly, bringing your robot to life. Now we will build the body of the robot. This is an essential step in creating a functional robot, as the chassis forms the foundation upon which all other components will be mounted. This is called the chassis. It is the main structure that supports and holds all the other parts of the robot together. Our chassis will hold the motors, batteries, and the brain of our robot. The brain refers to the microcontroller or the main processing unit that will control the robot's actions. If you are using a plastic box, you can skip this step. A plastic box can serve as a ready-made chassis, saving you time and effort in construction. If you are using a piece of wood, you will need to cut it into the shape you want. Make sure to measure and mark the wood accurately before cutting. You can use a saw to do this. Be careful and follow safety guidelines while using the saw to avoid any accidents. Once you have your chassis, you can attach the motors to it. The motors are crucial as they will drive the wheels and enable the robot to move. You can use screws or strong tape to do this. Ensure that the motors are firmly attached to prevent them from coming loose during operation. Make sure the motors are secure and can spin the wheels easily. Proper alignment is key to smooth movement and efficient operation. After you attach the motors, you need to attach the wheels. The wheels will allow the robot to navigate and perform tasks. You can use small screws to attach the wheels to the motors. Make sure the wheels are securely fastened to avoid any wobbling or detachment. Now your robot has wheels and can move. With the chassis complete, you have laid the groundwork for a fully functional robot. Next, we will focus on wiring and programming to bring your robot to life. Section 4. Wiring the robot's nervous system. Now we will connect the electronic parts of the robot. This is like wiring the nervous system of the robot. We will use a breadboard to make the connections. A breadboard lets us connect wires easily. First, connect the battery pack to the breadboard. This will give power to the robot's brain. Then, connect the motors to the breadboard. Make sure you connect the positive and negative terminals correctly. Now, we need to connect the brain of the robot. We will use a small computer called a microcontroller. Connect the microcontroller to the breadboard. Finally, double-check all your connections. Section 5. Bringing your robot to life. Now it is time to bring our robot to life. We will do this by writing some simple code. This code will tell the robot how to move. You can write code that makes the robot move forward, backward, left, and right. You can also write code to make the robot avoid obstacles. Once you have written your code, you need to download it to the microcontroller. This is like giving the robot its instructions. Now, turn on your robot and see it move. It should move around and avoid hitting anything in its way. You did it! You built your first robot.